Once again, welcome to all the participants to this 15th refresher course. Today we have a very dynamic speaker. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Professor Lokanath NK. He is blended with a good research, teaching as well as administration. All the three futures he has, and hence we usually call him as a dynamic person in our university. Sir has completed his physics, MSc Physics from Mysore University only, and got awarded PhD in 1998 from University of Mysore. Presently, Professor Lokanath NK is working as a Director, Planning, Monitoring, Evaluation Board, PMEB, University of Mysore, Mysore. Before that, he was served as a Chairman, Department of Studies in Physics, University of Mysore, Manas Gangotri. And he is also coordinating the National Single Crystal Diffractometer Facility. It is one of the unique facility established in our university. Moreover, he is also coordinated the CPEPA project and coordinator for UGC-HRDC project in Department of Physics, University of Mysore. So sir has got a very good research experience. He worked as a research associate funded by CSIR, Government of India, and he went abroad to pursue postdoctoral fellow in South Korea and also Japan, and he is very much interested in protein structure and contributed around 1,300 crystal structure data and deposited in protein data bank. He has published more than 347 research papers with high impact factored journals. Almost all the journals are from international only. Delivered more than 60 lectures, and he has established one of the prestigious unique laboratory in the University of Mysore, that is edge cutting laboratory in the Manas Gangotri campus. He has been awarded so many awards, of which Sir C.V. Raman Young Scientist Award in 2012 from Government of Karnataka. Sir has handled so many projects funded by reputed national level funding agencies from India and abroad. Just I am quoting few: UGC MRP project, Institute of Excellence UGC project, UPE project, DST PURSE project, DRS SAP2 project, and DST FIST level 1 project. He has also conducted several conferences and guided more than 8 PhD students, currently working 8 PhD students. With this brief introduction, I am welcoming from the MHRD UGC refresher course, Academic Staff College 15 for this 15th refresher course. Sir, over to you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, all the participants.
Thank you. So, thank you, Professor Basalaj.
Thank you, sir.
So, you were given a very long introduction, but I know some people are, I know in the people who were there. So, Lakshmikant, Niranjan Raj, and I know them very personally. I would like to know in the beginning, so is there any from different states the participants are there, or only in Karnataka?
No, sir, different states, sir.
Okay.
From different states.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, actually, I'm basically a professor of physics, but now today my topic is something related to national education policy, where I'm the NEP Nodal Officer of the University of Mysore. So, our university, the first university in the state of Karnataka, initiated this NEP program from 21-22 academic year, and after that we are the University of Mysore is pioneer in designing the structure of this NEP 2020 of Karnataka state. So I will give you some glimpses of NEP. Then I will go to the real problem of challenges and opportunities. So what best we can do from NEP compared to the course already you have started. So I will share my Can everybody seeing my slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am not going to in detail about the NEP, but I will go you some glimpses and also the part of implementation, what has happened in the University of Mysore. Okay, you already know about this. NEP started very long back, and it is in 2019 they started this one. So this new education policy certainly give us the autonomy, leadership, and governance. And the very important thing is this education policy certainly will develop and expand the innovative research in the higher education institutions. Already we have research in the higher education institutions, but now it is an innovative research institute. Innovative means, see, we are always having a faculty with the strong intelligence. We have universities, we have research centers, and everything the faculty is trained on the basis of the intelligence. So now the NEP says that you have to teach from the heart. That means you have to take teaching as a passion, not just taking as a teaching. So therefore, you should start research from your heart and mind together. That's why when heart and mind together, you can think of innovative research. So innovative research will take longer time, not like usually the time for publishing papers. Therefore, this new education policy is certainly looking at the innovative researchers. So I will give a very simple example. As of today in India, there will be 1,100 universities plus 46,000 colleges. So all over, actually around 30 million students are studying in higher education. I mean in graduation, in different graduations. So you think of 30 million is a very big number, and this will be somehow equivalent to the many countries does not have a population of 30 million. So now our intention of NEP is we have to find the innovators from this 30 million. So at least 10,000 students from 30 million should be innovators. That's why we are focusing innovative research in this. So that means we need not to think about innovative research in all students, but still we can find out some students so that we can have some innovative research in the future. And also all this national education policy takes about the multidisciplinary learning. And that means the student has to learn many subjects at a time, not monotonous. So therefore, you will have a larger higher education institution. That means the size will be also increased. So the students should be more than 1,000. This is how they are thinking. So these changes are very much essential because India is moving towards a stronger economy. When you have a stronger economy, so the knowledge, the true knowledge of the society also increases. Therefore, we needed to go for NEP. And the very important thing in this is because we need to increase the proportion of employment opportunities. Just studying BA, BCom, BSc, or any BSc agriculture sciences, something like that does not help the students. Therefore, we should have to have an increase the proportion of employment opportunities. And this employment is not like government jobs, not like in some jobs which is already different. No, these are all jobs we are looking at is a skilled jobs. A student should have a creative and multidisciplinary nature. So that means we have to create the skilled jobs for the students. And Indian government is having this GR to 50% by 2035. Now we are around 22%. So now higher education should go up to GR to 50% by 2035. There's a large number you have to increase of this. And also NEP suggests this only post-graduation program has gone now, the only undergraduate and graduate program, which includes MSc and PhD. This is the nomenclature change of undergraduate and graduate programs. Right. What does it really says about NEP now? So that means every paper, every course should be outcome based. So just because of syllabus you need not to teach, you have to teach only outcome based educations. And also when your curriculum should be focused on critical thinking and development of real life problem solving skills. So that means the student should be able to think critically. That means he should understand the subject very well, and then he need to get the skills, then he can able to solve any problems. And also you can use the extensive use of the technology in teaching and learning. So this is already is there, because in UGC itself, the 40% of teaching could be done through online. So therefore, blessing in disguise in COVID to use the technologies in teaching and learning. Now all students know that, so they can have a lot of things on the internet, and also other institutes, they can get into this, and they can use the Zoom or Google Meet. Anyway, they can discuss and do many things, so that you can use the technology very much. And also in the NEP, the very important thing is the effective communications for self-employment prospects. So that's very important. Therefore, language and skill enhancement, this SEC, skill enhancement courses certainly help a student to get a self-employment opportunities. And today what is happening is, so most of the jobs are changing. So for example, now in the 5 years before, the students who opted for BCom, more numbers. Now the students are going to BCA, Bachelor of Computer Application, because it is a dynamic employment. That means every time the employment opportunities is changing. So therefore, we need to make the students to enable them and cope up with the new opportunities like dynamic employment. Today he may be working on some different companies. Tomorrow maybe he can work on different aspects, so that he can able to learn the skills every time. So you already know about this. So there will be an exit options for every year. So first year, I would say that, so this is the credits I'm showing here. And this I will come back to later, because the National Skill Qualification Framework, this is what I'm telling about the skill enhancement courses. So that means in the first 2 semesters, the students will take only understanding and exploration. That means if the student taken as a physics as a subject and mathematics as a 2 subjects taken in the undergraduate, he need to understand how physics and mathematics are interrelated, and what are the possibilities of explorations with the physics and science, and which is the skill papers. So, and also if you have that knowledge, he can have an ability to solve well-defined problems. So, and he can get a certificate with 48 credits. I will come back to you later when he says certificate. And the second year, again the 4 semesters, second year 2 semesters, first year 2 semesters. Now he has to do focus and immersion. That means he need to solve broadly different problems. That means his level goes on increasing. So that means he has to focus on particular curricula. So then third year, this is where there is real-time learning, and he can have an idea of solving complex problems of multidisciplinary skills. So with 140 credits, he can exit as a graduation. And very important thing is the 4th year, that is bachelor degree with honors. So in this case, deeper concentration. What is mean deeper concentration means the student should know the subject vertically very much. That means vertical knowledge is very strong. So for example, in the first year, if a student studies around 40 to 50% of discipline specific, that's particular subject, while coming to the 4th year, his percentage increases 80% of his subject is only towards the subject. Like if you take a physics, then he will take only physics. Or zoology, he will take zoology with a deeper concentration of 80%. If he took that one, then this will be included in the form of a research experience, not just studying papers. That means there is a self-study component is there, and then he can either be internship or maybe research experience. Then if we got this 4th year, he could be enter into the higher educations like PhD, or he could be entrepreneur. So whatever you want to do this. So therefore, it is very clearly said that every year they can exit. That is, this is a flexibility of multiple exit and multiple entry. He can come back after 2 years also possible. And here is the thing is NSQ of the level of 5, 6, 7, 8. So these 4 papers are really important, wherein he learned these skills. So therefore, what is this NSQ of? Probably you know about it. There is a national skill development, a national skill qualification framework. So you can have this national skill qualification framework. This will do that. Your ability to acquire desired competence in competency of what level of knowledge, skills, and aptitude. This is the where the present students has lacking in knowledge, lacking in skills, lacking in aptitude. So this NSQ of programs, courses will certainly help them to improve their knowledge, their analysis, their skills and aptitude. This normally of 10 levels, the students can take more levels also if possible. And
So not audible, sir.
yes. Yes, sir.
Not audible, sir.
Yeah, it's okay, sir. It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. So level of complexity and knowledge required to demonstrate the competence for that level. So that means this NSQ of level is very important. I will come to this in the first year. The subject is called digital fluency. So digital fluency is the one where we use a lot of digitalization. You may be digital payment. You may be digitally solve the problem. So that will be given to even as a BA, BCom or BSc, whatever it may be. So he has to learn those courses. I will come back to the later on to that. So therefore, in 4-year multidisciplinary UG program, normally we can say this, the student will have a freedom of selection of 2 discipline course subjects. They need not be in subjects of something else. For example, the students can take physics and history. The students can take economics and commerce. So not commerce, economics and any science subjects. And then 1 open elective from any faculty in each semester, 3 open electives you can take. And then 1 language in addition to Kannada, because in Karnataka, we are giving importance to Kannada, so therefore it will have a 1 language. And discipline electives. Sometimes why these discipline electives are coming into this is probably taken a physics and mathematics and he's interested in physics, but the mathematics, what they're teaching is not enough. He can use this elective paper so that he can add more papers on there's more knowledge on the subject. And then skill enhancement courses. So these new things, discipline electives, skill enhancement courses, and open elective from any faculty definitely make them to think better and do better in the courses. Now, actually, NEP was introduced in Karnataka at that time. The UGC was not yet have an NEP. So therefore, now the UGC says that instead of multidisciplinary, they're called a holistic and multidisciplinary undergraduate program. And then now the UGC has given this National Higher Education Qualification Framework, for which you can say UGC has given the number of credits, number of things and everything, which is almost equivalent to the Karnataka, what they're saying. So, but now it is from the UGC, therefore, all over India can use this NHEQF. And then now the 4-year undergraduate is modified and updated. So therefore, because of this, so now they are updated. So now you look at the credits of this program structures. I am taken in the term of Bachelor of Science. So probably the Bachelor of Science is, so here I am taken the BCA. So you can also take biological sciences, biosciences, life sciences, whatever it may be. So you can see that there will be a semesters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The important thing is you can see discipline core. So this is where, for example, you are taking zoology, then you will have a theory of 3 hours, that means 3 credits, and then practicals. That means you have 2 to 3 papers, so on zoology, and another subject, C1, C2, C3. So I will go to the actually science so that you can understand very well. So I will go to the, yes, BSc. You can see here, taken into this consideration, you can see this. So both with practicals I'm taken on this. So you can see DSc A means zoology, DSc B is botany. Let us say, assume that. Zoology and botany are there. So 1 paper of 4 credits and 2 of practicals. Similarly, the same 4 credits and 2 practicals. And he will have an open elective. Open elective will be of 3 hours and he should be taken at the taken at the other subjects, not like in same subjects. That means he has to take from either arts or commerce. And then languages you have 3 plus 3, that is 1 English, 1 Kannada. So, and then you will have an environmental studies, a compulsory paper. So, environmental studies, and then which has 3 credits, and then digital fluency, again 2 credits. So, this is where I'm talking about. The digital fluency comes under the skill enhancement courses, and then the student has to undergo health, wellness, and yoga, which gives 2 credits. And then, if a student can take either digital fluency or environmental, vice versa in each semester, so then there is a sports, NCC, NSS, and our Scouts and Ranger and Rovers or cultural program, which has 2 credits. So either you take environmental studies, then your credits will be 26. If you take digital fluency, then it will be 25. So then you will have a first year can complete this part from ability enhancement programs courses to skill enhancement courses is exactly same to everybody. So now when you say that first year is completed, this is where the NHCQF suggests that the exit option with undergraduate certificate program, which is equivalent to minimum of, here it will be around 51 credits. So it will be around 48 credits, followed by 10 to 12 credits bridge courses for 2 months. So he has to go somewhere else, then he has to do that. And at least 6 credit job, a specific either internship or apprenticeship to acquire job ready competences. So that means if you exit this, this is the usual BSc plus this bridge course and then job specific internship. For example, a student of physics want to study something like repairing a radio or a TV. He can go that and he can learn these things and he can get the 6 credit job there. Then he is eligible to repair the radio or TV or whatever it may. So similarly, you can see in the second year, 3rd and 4th semester, the system is same. You can see A and A, you can have the same 4 hours of 4 credits, 2 credits theory, practicals. Again, here it is Constitution of India. So Constitution of India is again a very important thing. So because it is a compulsory paper, and then have a language, and then Indian constitutions. That's also, I mean, say that here is Indian constitution, or he can take the open elective. So here I'm taking OE3 or Indian constitution. So the students, some students can take Indian constitution the 3rd semester, then some students can open elective the 4th semester. So it's a vice versa. Very important thing is you have a digital fluency. Now here is artificial intelligence coming. Though don't worry about that. Artificial intelligence means not completely of that. This is an awareness paper where how artificial intelligence and digital fluency help the students to understand how it works. So he has to know the basic knowledge of AI. But similarly, in the next semester, you get cyber security. So the very important thing is the important one is introduced is financial education investment awareness. So this is very, very important. Those who are having with commerce background, even with BCom students also, they don't know about this financial education and investment awareness. So you can, any courses or any program, anything, you need a planning of fiscal planning. So money should be planned. So to plan that, we need to have what are the investments. Say, for example, a student who passed with BCom or BE or BSc, you should be able to know what is GST, what is deficit budget, how this money comes, how money goes, and how can we invest. So we can have mutual funds. The different way of saving the money also. Then how people are saving in the small savings. You can take a lot of examples. Such things have been given. These are the skills of this. So similarly, he can take either sports in this semester, he can take NCC here, or he can take NSS here, or whatever it depends upon the students and depending upon the facility, he can do that. And also you can see the same thing you will have now. You can see the same of after 2 years. Now you can have a diploma in science, arts or science background, and then you'll get again same 6 credit job of internship or apprenticeship to acquire job ready competencies. That means, so the student should be get ready to get a job after issue a diploma certificate only after internship or apprenticeship. So similarly, in the third year, so we are in the second year now. So in the third year, we are just talking about the research methodology and vocational, and you can see here the subject increases. You can see A, 3, 4 papers you can have. Here it is only 2 papers. With practicals, it will be 4. So that means you can go on increasing. In the 4th year, he has to choose only one. If the student takes botany and zoology in the first 3 years, then in the 4th year, the student has to take only one subject, either botany or zoology, where he can get the research project is possible, and he can exit with the honors degree. Now I will coming to this. Now this is the case of Mysore University. So you can see here, I'm just changing it to that. So history, economics, the same thing, has no change of discipline specific course. You can see here the languages, environmental studies, and then digital fluency for everybody, artificial intelligence, financial. The important thing is these open electives and elective course shall be chosen from unrelated discipline or subject. That means other faculty to study multidisciplinary subjects. For example, a student of physics want to know much about commerce. He need not to study commerce too much. He can just go for e-commerce. So that is how e-commerce is working on this. So he can have an idea of this. So that means the changing of subjects will definitely give him some idea to strengthen his thinking power. Or similarly, you can have different courses. I'm not going to do the same thing in the BBA and BCom also the same thing. This pattern is exactly same. You can see here, this pattern is exactly same. Only changes we can have, this is open elective and the subject, the core subject. The all ability enhancement courses, skill enhancement courses are same. And in this skill enhancement, there will be skill based and then value based. That's important. So these are the changes of this. So there are many papers of the skill enhancement courses. For example, I took digital fluency or my financial literacy, banking and finance, and building mathematical ability, critical thinking, or maybe entrepreneurship, or maybe societal communications. It is also very important, creativity and innovation, cultural awareness. You can take many things of this. Depending upon the student's interest, we can introduce skill enhancement courses. So now the eligibility of PhD is changed now because of this NEP, because the students who have completed 4-year bachelor degree with research, so that's very important, are eligible to take PhD direct. So still we have a 2-year master degree. I don't know how long it will continue. So they're also eligible to take the PhD. So now thing is, a student with 4 years, it is possible to get into the job, right? Now, we need to understand the 4-year programs, the possible outcomes. That's most important. So just studying the BSc is again the same, old wine in new bottle. So now the NEP focus on possible outcomes and what are the possible jobs and what are the technical skills, what are the soft skills, what are the language skills. So now you can think of, so that means when a student enters into a BSc or BA program, the college or institution has to have a given idea of this. So if we study BS in zoology, what is the possible outcomes? What are the jobs he can expect? What is the technical skills he can learn? And also he has to learn about language and soft skills. So therefore, I am taken here as an example of physics. I'm just taking on this. So you can see this, then if you study physics, so what are the expected outcomes? Because I'm from physics, so I'm just chosen for this. So he should have a discipline knowledge. That's very important. So that means the subject knowledge, very important. And if he has a discipline knowledge, he will conduct investigations. So, and then he is able to understand the problems and problem analysis. And also, I'm talking about after 4 years, not first year, second I'm talking about. Then he should have an idea of designing and development of solutions. So after his degree. And also he should be able to have a modular tool usage. And whatever he does, it should be helpful to environment and society. That has to be mentioned. And then ethics, that's most important. And individual and teamwork, communication, and project management in finance and lifelong learning. These are the expected outcomes. That means these are all there, which is a discipline knowledge. A student has to have one of this, either design or maybe communication, or maybe project management, or etc., depending upon the student's interest I'm talking about. If he has an expected outcome, then what are the possible jobs with his skills if he studied it 4 years BSc Physics? So now I made 3 things here. One is soft skills and languages, another one is technical skills, and another one is possible jobs after 4 years. So I'm taking the soft skills language because in Karnataka we have Kannada and English. Therefore, he could be if he's able to read, write, and speak in English or Kannada, he could be a science communicator. So you know that because a science student who writes about science would be more better than a person who doesn't know about science. So similarly, a personality development and teamwork and confidence building. So that's where he has a soft skills, and seminars and conference presentations and minor research projects. And normally if he's interested, he can go for entrepreneurship. Then technical skill is he can have this. He may be understood technically well with history of science. So, and also he could be able to understand what is the philosophy behind science. So therefore scientific philosophy. And then he could be very good ICT doing. So if he is good, he can also do here. And since physics is related to computer, he can able to write computer program such a way that he can represent equation and graphs in a better way. And he can maybe chemical handling. So that's skills, and material testing and laboratory practices and safety and graphing software. You know that nowadays the students are very good in doing a lot of changes in the graph, in the data, so that you can. So these are my assumption is a student of one student will take ICT. The one student will have graphing software. So not all the students will take this. If these skills and technical and soft skills, he could be a scientist or researcher because it's 4 years BS. And he's also eligible to become college teacher or entrepreneur. Or if he has a knowledge of everything, then he is able to have a competitive examinations or lab technicians, electrical repair, electron repair, or any repair, he can do that thing. So that's how the physics will do the things. Now you can list out your subjects and you can think of what soft skills, what technical skills, and what possible job should be in their BSc level. So now, when I'm talking about open elective, now a little bit change has been done here. So the change is very simple, not so much of this. A minimum 9 credits, that means 3 papers of open elective of 3 credits should study students. So why this should be? So that means the students undergo introductory level courses relating to any of the broad disciplines. So that means he should not be confined to science. He should not be confined to liberal arts. He should not be confined to commerce or computer science. He should be open-minded. So therefore, we need to have multidisciplinary subjects. So these courses definitely broaden their intellectual experience as well as liberal art and science education. So that's very important. So then, very important, students are not allowed to choose or repeated courses already undergone at highest 12th class. So in the proposed major and minor stream. So for example, a student of physics already studied physics in the 2nd PUC level, then he should not take the physics as the open elective. He may be taken science other way around. So that means he can take earth science. He can take something like in geography, but he should not take a physics because he already knows physics. There is no point in doing this. So then we can have this. There are a lot of courses that are introduced now. The courses related to social sciences, I'm just giving you some examples like anthropology, communication and media, economics, history, linguistics, political science, psychology, sociology, etc. Definitely these subjects will enable students to understand the individual and their social behavior. So now we need to connect to society. We need to have this type of subjects. The very important is communication and media. Now also students could be introduced to survey methodology as an available large-scale database for India. So these courses in humanities, you can say this archaeology, history, comparative literature, if he is very good in writing, arts and creative expressions, creative writing. Nowadays, you can have master degrees in creative writing and literature. This is more important subjects. And philosophy, etc. with related humanities. So these type of open electives should be there in humanities and social sciences, such a way that the students can take the open elective from the humans, this one. So similarly, you can have in natural and physical sciences. So you can take the students from natural science. They can have biology, botany, zoology, biochemistry, biophysics, astronomy. These things does not taught in PU level. So and earth and environmental sciences, etc. So astronomy and astrophysics or biophysics or biotechnology, you can choose these natural and physical sciences. Now, in the other end, there is another branch called mathematics, statistics, and computer applications. So definitely, this category students will use the app tools and techniques in the major and minor disciplines. So that means they can use the program softwares. So they can use the software like Stata, SPSS, Tally, etc. Such a way the students will be idea of how to train the program software, not writing. I'm just training the software. So therefore, these basic courses are definitely helpful for them to understand the science and social science and data analysis and the application of quantitative tools. Similarly, if you took into the library information and media science, so in the library information and media science, you should have a recent development in the information and media science. So journalism, mass media, and communication. Those things should be taken as open elective. And from commerce and management, the courses should include business management, accountancy, finance, financial institutions, fintech. So like that, the new thing should be coming to the open, not like the traditional subjects of commerce, right? So you can use many subjects for, let's say, the interdisciplinary subjects, or maybe cognitive science. You can have a gender studies, global environment and health, international relations, political, economic development, sustainable development. You know that there are 17 sustainable developments as done by the UNESCO. Those things also we can take. And then women and gender studies will be, these type of programs should be introduced such a way that a student will be useful to understand the society. So now each teacher job is in NEP, every semester at least 2 students should be guided. So for them, for example, you taught about the NSS program in your school. These NSS students should go to their village and they have to explain how it is NSS is helpful and how NSS catering the society. That should be transformed that village. And then the student should be able to assess the marks on the NSS. That's the skill we can use in the skill enhancement courses. Now, I'm taking now really coming to the NEP. So in this case, so now the sudden change from the system of 10 plus 2 plus 3, I'm talking about from high school up to 10 years studying and 2-year PUC and graduation. Now they are taking primary 5 years and then high school 3 years and then PUC 9th of 3 years. And then you will have an intermediate 3 years and then 4-year degree. So there's been a transition from a different system. So when you have a transition from this to this, then everything should be changed. So therefore, we need to transition means it is not an easy task. So therefore, you need to do this. So NEP says that in the approach, it reduces the content of the curriculum. You should not give a more content in the curriculum. You have to create a space for critical thinking and develop skills. That's very important. And then a curriculum and teaching need to be restructured. So that means Karnataka state will be something, Andhra Pradesh will be something, and Madhya Pradesh. No, it should be restructured such a way that in line with the national curriculum framework. So we should be one nation. We should have a restructuring curriculum should be almost similar. And then the important thing is curriculum content. So we need to change the curriculum content. And then teacher availability and turn. So this is very important. So from 10 plus 2 plus 3 to 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, the whole thing is changed. So therefore, the curriculum should be very effective means we need to train teachers. Without training the teachers, this transition will not happen. Therefore, this NEP will certainly do the shift from teacher-centered to student-centered reading. So that means it is a student-friendly policy. And then technology. So we are using the technology. So I told you that a student of any degree student will always use his mobiles. He uses the things, many things. He knows much better than us in terms of digitalization. So therefore, we need to ask him to use more technology in order to developing a digital infrastructure, a digital classroom, remote professional-based teaching model. So that means not just even the students have mobile. So the institution should have a digital infrastructure, not the building infrastructure. So, and then there should be some teaching models, because now we cannot teach on the blackboard. So we need to have a models. Those things should be emphasized. And of course, government shall develop the basic infrastructures. So even if supposed to the rural areas, and then whatever the assessment and outcomes, we have to change now. This NAP focuses on constructive assessment. So assessment will be something different, not exactly the same what we are practicing. And also we need to understand a continuous outcome. So continuous evaluation was there, now continuous outcome I'm talking about. And then all faculties, and institutions are how to adopt new assessment method assignment. So that is where I'm talking about. The assignment will be something different. So we need to devise a different assessment method depending upon the college and institution. Now, I'm now talking about the challenges of NAP. So when I'm preparing this, the number is around 1,090, around 1,100 universities now. So you can think of one university, it will be very difficult. So we are having more and more universities in Karnataka. A lot of universities are coming up nowadays. And the reason is increasing universities is we need to double the gross base. That's why GER by 50% around 2030. Now we are around 20 to 30. So 24 to 30% we have. So for that we need 200 universities. Now you can introduce a new university, but establishing a new university is the biggest challenge. So you know that the system, the way government and everything, they depend upon money. The money will not be this. So definitely it will be very difficult to start a new university. Of course, it's the biggest challenge. So once university is started, we need to find out not the same subjects what we teach, economics, history, physics. No, not that type of new university. These new universities have to think about different way. And also we have to transform the plans of school system. This is very important. Probably you read in newspaper that about the COVID-19, at that time, around 2 million children are out of school because of various reasons. So now NEP aims to bring back the 2 billion children back to the school. That's a very big challenge. So how do you bring back to them? Because their basic is very weak now. And if you're having this, then I say that new universities and bringing back 2 million children, and then you will have funding is a major challenge. Of course, you know that all institutions are short of funds. All governments are not giving much funds. So therefore, the NEP anticipates an increase in spending on education from present 4.6% to 6% of GDP. So that will be around 2.5 lakh crores per year. This much of amount should be given to the NEP in order to visualize the NEP aims in another 10 years. So this money is there because still we have to build schools, colleges, and we need to appoint teachers, professors in the colleges. And also we are thinking about the providing free breakfast for school children. So now it is the midday meal is there. Now this NEP also envisages to have a free breakfast for children, school children. And then the very important thing is the challenge is creation of large number of students have increased, number of universities have increased, then automatically number of teachers also increased. When number is increased, you need to understand this is one is quantity, one is quality. Both are very different words. So we have a quantity because our country is very populous. So similarly, we have a need to have a quality. Otherwise, our students will not be getting any jobs. So we need to find this qualified teachers. So we need quality students, we need quality teachers also. Therefore, we have to redesign the curriculum structure, we need a qualified teachers. And then we make them curriculum more successful, we need to have a teachers to be trained and they have to understand the teaching needs. That's not teaching is a passion, not just teaching. And also a curriculum changes, the present curriculum changes require major changes in the thinking of teachers as well as parents. So everybody wants to change. And very important thing is NEP 2020 lot of initiative have been taken to improve the quality and scope. That's important. So quality education should be improved. That means the Indian government is thinking of at least our universities should come in the below 100 universities in the world. For that, we need to have a qualified teachers and everything of possibilities. And then when you have a multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary higher education, definitely it demands a cultural shift. And also, the very important thing is single stream institutions are not allowed. It was there now, like only for science, only for engineering, only for medical. Now it has been removed, and university means university. Each concept, all subjects. And we have to integrate it. So we cannot change means we cannot change completely NEP as such. So that means we need to integrate with the existing education. We need to. That means we can change the formulate the legal policy, regulatory, and institutional mechanisms. So that's very important. We need to have an important thing is policy and regulations. Otherwise, we will be having the same old one. And another one is build reliable information. You can see, a student go to the Google, where he can have a lot of videos. He need to know which video is much better. So which one is it? Therefore, we need to build reliable information repositories. Not just all the repositories are not good. So similarly, we need to have a regulatory bodies and government agencies. So that means, so there is a regulatory body and a government. There should be adaptability across all higher education institutions, such a way that there will be no something like a there is always a cooperation between regulatory bodies and the government agencies. So if you do that one, by 2030, I'm talking about another 7 years, the students' enrollment will go up to 250 million students in India. And now I'm talking about in the school level, a teacher-student ratio of 1:35. India needs to an estimated 7 million plus teachers to address a huge student population. So you can think of 7 million teachers to appoint itself is a very big task. And where do you find the quality teachers? So for that, we need to have a rigorous training for all the teachers, such a way that we can at least make the student-teacher ratio to 1:35. And what are the opportunities of higher education institutions? So opportunities is, you can see this. So there are a lot of higher education institutions, higher education bodies. Say, for example, there will be Indian Institute of Science, Indian Institute of Management, IITs, central universities, state universities, private universities, everything are there. We need to demark them, what are their roles and responsibilities. Otherwise, it will be same subject will be taught in everywhere. So we need to have a clear demarcation of roles and responsibilities among various bodies and higher education institutions. And NEP certainly given opportunity to increase the academic and administrative autonomy. So that's very important. So because if we increase the academic and autonomy, definitely it will help us to improve the quality. And then we can expand always institutions every year. This year in 2000, institution is started. By 2020, the institution should have a large number of students. That means they have to expand. Now, there is a chance to an opportunity to expand the environment by open distance learning and online programs. So most of the universities are doing this open distance learning and online program and branch campuses in other countries. So this is most important. There are some institutes and universities now in India, they're thinking to start their campuses in other countries. Similarly, NEP also allows foreign universities to enter into the India. Now already 20 universities are coming to India. So probably from next academic year, you can see that the 20 universities campuses will be in India, so that you can have an expand our enrollment. That means the higher education will be going up. And also very important is enhance the opportunities for private higher education institutions to obtain research funding. So before, when you apply for a DST or DBT or UGC, they always look at the government universities only. They do not give the private universities. Now, when you bring a funding, there will be no demarcation between the private university and the state universities or central universities. All are same. So therefore, the important thing is, if you really give them all, then definitely the research funding will definitely goes on merit-based and peer-reviewed funding process, not just giving the processes of this. So therefore, the number of competitors are more. Therefore, there will be a merit-based funding process. And important is faculty. I'm just talking about your institutions, opportunities, now for faculty, for us. So for faculty, we should have a better service environment for faculty in terms of infrastructure across basic requirements. So now a teacher does not have a computer, he cannot teach, right? He has a computer. So then if he has a computer, then his classroom should be have an ICT and everything. So those things should be there. And then you know that career advancement opportunities has to do some mechanisms such a way that it includes professional development opportunities, not just having a 2 papers and then I have 3 years of experience, then I can become an associate professor. That should go. Now the thing is, we need to create a mechanism such a way that professional development opportunities, the teacher will be assessed on the professional development, not by the just papers and other things. And also teachers means always you have to learn continuously. Therefore, continuous learning opportunity will be given to teachers by training through use technology forms such as SWAYAM and Diksha. So you can use this technology, you can get knowledge and techniques from the SWAYAM and Diksha portals. And also, in a college, normally, they're only teaching duties. They do not have an idea of how to make a curricula, how to make a different pedagogical approaches or pedagogy. So therefore, now the NEP allows all colleges. By 2030, most of the colleges are autonomous colleges. There is no separate colleges at that time. So they are thinking of this, they are giving greater autonomy to faculty, because to design curricular and pedagogical approaches will lead to improved teaching outcomes. So you understand here is the faculty role is very, very important, because if there is a qualified faculty and then focus on good curriculum and good pedagogical approaches, definitely the students will get more benefit. Therefore, faculties are more opportunities in NEP. And let us come to the students. So now students is more advanced because NEP is student friendly. Therefore, they have a more opportunity to enter in higher education systems, because you can see that lot of enhanced scholarships. So therefore, the enrollment will be more and opportunities will be more. That means a student of Mysore need not to study in Mysore. Now he can go to Hyderabad. He can have a common entrance set of Central University. He can go to Delhi also. That means opportunities given. And the greater flexibility for their choices. So for example, a student in Mysore University studying, and he want to change from one semester, he want to study something else, he can go to Delhi and come back. So that flexibility has been given to students. That means depending upon the courses, depending upon his interest, that will be done. And when you're doing that, all credits are academic bank credits, digitally stored credits to enable easy transfer and verification of third party. So when you have a digitally having your marks cards, so employers need not to send a letter to university to authenticate. So automatically they can check. So it will be very easy for them. Therefore, now they are talking about the digitalization of marks cards and certificates. And also, the students have been given a lot of opportunities in NEP, such a way that they could have an hands-on experience in practical exposure through short-term skill certificates, internship, or research-based curriculum. So that means a student can opt for anything of training, it will be allowed in NEP. And also, everything is in transparency. That means you know that any program of any of them, the structure will be given such a way that it is completely transparent. The student can understand very well. He can take decision which subject to take, which subject not to take. And the final thing is, now you can see that already foreign university branches campuses in India, and also twinning program is done. Dual degree is there. So that means 2 years he can study in India, 2 years studies in China or America or UK. That's also possible. Therefore, our students have been given global exposure. So either through exchange program or setting up foreign university branch campuses in India. So any colleges can have access to any other universities in the Western or Eastern world. Then they can start a branch in your college campus. So such a way the student will get a global exposure. So that means the faculty from foreign delegates can teach, and also students can have the idea of what other world will do on the lot of exposure on education system. A very important thing is industry and other service provider. So that's most important. So we in NEP, the main important thing is we need to create a system such a way that all institutions should have an interact with the industry. They should link with the industry. Therefore, always there should be a collaboration opportunity for industry players, like in blockchain, or artificial intelligence, or predictive analytics. So you can have collaborations. And also the private sector participation technology of infrastructure setups, capability development of both academic and administrative aspects. So you can have a participate the private firms or private industries. And also very important thing is financial service players and financial technology players to collaborate with National Scholarship Portal to support, foster, and track the progress of students receiving scholarships. Say, for example, a Tata company is giving a lot of money under this to fellowship under CSR fund. But they do not know whether they give fund to the student, those students does really utilize the fund and they grow better or not. So those things will be done because of this. So now everything is online so that they can track the progress of student who receiving the scholarship. Very important thing is, so each semester students should have a short-term industry interactions. Therefore, we can create an opportunity for industry participants. Any industry collaborate with you, they can have help in your research, or they can also help in developing the pedagogy of short-term skill certifications, or they can also partner in the creation of online universities. That means you can think of a lot of programs are running in the online universities. So for all these opportunities, challenges, and everything, the important thing is the board of studies. That's the most important, where we are lacking. So that's why I'm just giving an example of this. So this is everything in all universities are there, but it is not working. Now in NEP, we should have to do this. So you know that the chairperson of DoS is the senior most professor, anybody will take and vice chancellor appoint for 3 years. Whether he works, whether he prepares syllabus, or whether he knows pedagogy, that doesn't matter, only senior is there. So and then the members will be professors of the department concerned. So some professors are there. And then 2 subject experts. So from the outside the university. So for example, from University of Mysore, you can take from either Bangalore or Dharwad, or from Tamil Nadu University, you can take 2 experts. The important thing is, where we are lacking is one eminent person in the related field from the industry, or in the service organization, or profession, or vocations. So that means we need to include the board of studies, improve our pedagogy. We need to have a good number of these eminent persons. And also one person possessing special knowledge of the subject concerned. So domain specific knowledge, as person says that. For example, in case of physics. So we can take a person who is very good in subject, we have to take this. And the students we have to take, we never take the students at all. So that means we need to have a representation from the students, particular alumni students in the board of studies, because they know what syllabus we are and how they got the job. So now my suggestion to you all that you should look into your BOS, and these persons are there, then only a little bit NEP will be introduced. Otherwise, you just making only these 2. And these 3, normally all universities will be chairman, professors of the same department, and 2 experts from the different universities. That's all. There is no eminent persons from the industry. Very important is industry. And then profession, somebody has done profession, and then from the special, there's the domain knowledge, and then the alumni students. If you have this BOS, so then definitely you can create an effective syllabus for this. So therefore, what will you do if you have like this? So that means we need to update our curriculum contents such a way that we need to improve the employability of our graduates. So that is our intention of NEP. So that is important thing is the employability. And also we need to concentrate on only such courses which improve the employability, not just studying the BSc or BCom. So we need to have this. Then you need to integrate the same with the vocation courses. So you have to support the different courses. So that is the advantage of BOS. The BOS should have to improve the employability with definite courses, not like this. So, and then universities have gained complete autonomy to improve update curriculum to increase employability and make it industry relevant. Say, for example, I'm talking this of this. There are some universities running the program of chemical biology. Let us take this. A chemical biology, you take 30 students. Let us take this. And these 30 students will only study 1 or 2 semesters in your universities or college. Then they should go to the industry. So that means those students, those really completed this chemical biology, they should be employed in the industries. Depending upon their interest, we have to make them. Therefore, we can increase the employment. I'm just giving one example of chemical biology. You can take any subjects of this. So we need to create, we need to update the curriculum such a way that we should be able to make them student to employable, and it should be industry relevant. So that's why the BOS plays a major role on this. If you do this one, so because we need to go 50% by 2035, so the goal of every university should be at least 10% of enrollment every year. And also their idea is to that the campus placement at least 75% of the UGC students. So you may be afraid why you are telling so much of 70%. So I am telling only deliverable subjects, not all subjects. You can take some subjects, those are employable, then you can have a placement of 75%. So that means you should have a goal that every year 10% in the universities, not in the college I'm talking about. It's a big number. And then the placement should be also very high. If you do this, then I'm coming to the very important thing is, what can we do from this big ideas of NEP 2020 is, so if you visualize all this, definitely we have academic freedom, we have institutional autonomy. So if you have academic freedom, so you can have autonomy. And very important is good governance people are talking about. Definitely will have a good governance and leadership. And expansion is quality and access. This is the aim of the NEP. So we have to be quality in its expansion, and it should be access to everyone. That's why the expansion should be done. And then our education such a way that it should be a world-class level, not just to the level of district or state level or national. It should be a world-class education to get into the pursuit of excellence. So that's how it should be done. And then our courses and programs should be internationalized. And when you internationalization, then everyone has to go under accreditation, international accreditation. I'm not talking about the accreditation from NAC. And then every program should be digitalized. So that means that's most important, such a way that the student can prepare well before coming to the class. And very important thing is institutional independence. So you should be independent means not only in academic, financially, and everything you should be independent. Is it possible to do this institution independence? Of course, it is possible. You can think of there are certain private universities are doing much, much better than the state universities or many universities. So you can take example of, that many universities like SRM University or maybe Reva University, you can take examples. So they are doing a lot of things on this institution independence because they selected the only subjects which are deliverable, not like us. We are taking all subjects. So then you will not be excellence in any subjects. So therefore, there is a possibility of to become an institution independent. So there will be 13 big ideas out there. We need not worry about all those things. At least we can say this, we can have this all six aim big ideas so that we can able to have the different way of thinking in NEP. So therefore, NEP gives an challenges, opportunities, and everything is given. The only thing is we need to implement. So the problem with India is we have a very good policy. The problem is the implementation level. They change every time. So that means we need to implement in such a way that at least our education institution should go to the world-class level to obtain excellence. And also, we need to go for internationalization accreditation, not by the national accreditations. So thank you. Thank you very much. So any questions you can ask me.
A very good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I am Dr. Kali Shuranu from AVM Sri Pushpa College, Department of Zoology, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a few questions.
Tell me, sir.
One is within the 4 years, how
Okay.
come the people, the students can join as a PhD scholar? Because the last 2 years only they have the research methodology. And my question is, they don't have much concentration on their core subjects also. They are having a lot of chances to go some of the courses for employability like that, so that they cannot be easily come up for the PhD. So how is it possible? Please justify, sir.
Yes, sir. The very important thing is first 2 years, their discipline specific course subject is very minimal. The third and fourth year, they are only studying. See, now University of Mysore choose an option. By third year, you should choose one subject, not fourth year. That's the model given by the government. So university has introduced the model where third year he chooses either botany or zoology. Let us take zoology. And then fourth year also you study. That means whatever the syllabus you covered in the first year of your MSc syllabus should be taught in zoology. And in there is a discipline specific electives are there. You are telling about any other courses like reproductive biology or embryology, whatever you take. He can take their elective paper and he can get ready for research. So he in the real processes, he took 5 years. Still, he does not have a knowledge of embryology. He knows only basic knowledge. But now within 4 years, with this discipline specific elective, he can have an idea of this one, and he is readily start to research because already research methodology and research project has been done in the fourth year. So that's why he is get ready for research. That's the advantage.
Okay, sir. Another question is, most of the institution, even nowadays, present institutions, I'm talking about that, they don't have much facilities regarding with these kinds of national education policy. How can they can improve very easily? It is not possible, quite possible.
Sir, we should be optimistic and positive. So of course, whenever a new policy comes, it cannot be expanded to or extended to everyone of in the nation because our nation is very big. It should be in a staged manner. So let us take in colleges where more than 1,000 students are there studying. Those colleges you have to identify and then you have to implement. Sir. Not in small colleges, in small public levels. That will be very difficult because the lack of facility.
Okay, sir. Last final question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in most of the in India, throughout India, most of the institutions are situated in the village-based area.
Yeah.
In the village, people don't have such kinds of knowledge regarding with the city people. So, if how they can adapt it with these kinds of national education policy, because they cannot easily adapt it, because we are personally we are having some of the experience in our colleges. So that people, the understanding this policy, the policies maybe the college matters or university matters, but the students adaptations of the students is very difficult. And also one more thing is financial crisis.
Of course, sir, that's what I'm telling to you that you cannot introduce as such. So if NEP says that if introduced from the first standard, it takes another 15 years to get the result. The problem is now, I told you in the beginning, there will be 30 million young students are there. We will be missed that one. That is the way all companies of West and East countries are looking at the job opportunities because we have a young generation of 30 million. These young generation should be advantages. That's why I'm telling. So in the beginning, there is always a hiccups are there. So therefore, we have to be very careful to introduce the program in a stage by stage by stage. Then only student will adapt. Otherwise, if suddenly you adopted a small village, it will be very difficult. They do not have an internet connection, and the student will not afford to have even a mobile phone, smart mobile phone. Those problems are always there, sir. I am talking about which I understood well. We can reach only 50 to 60% of students, not 100% students at this moment. It takes time because it needs a lot of money for investment, particularly.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, may I, sir? This is Dr. Anandan from University of Madras. So I have a basic question like, so there are many national education policies that have been implemented in later years. So at what percentage the later national education policy has been achieved? So whether the outcomes, whatever they proposed or whatever they did, whether they have achieved that a good way. Because in this national education policy, we do have future plans and what we wanted to attain by 2035. So whether we can manage that things to come out with.
You are asking very interesting question. You will tell me now. You have a
Yeah.
college where 1,000 students are there at the moment. How many students are get benefited in the old education system? Tell me, sir, last 5 years. What is the percentage of students get benefited? See,
Yes, sir. Maybe. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
telling.
Sir, yeah.
I
Please,
will
sir.
give an answer to you. So if you ask me this one, so all old education system is fine. Then how do you use the mobiles? You can see that the change will be done for you. That means very small change. A farmer or anybody who uses WhatsApp and Facebook nowadays, how it is possible? Without having knowledge of anything of this, right? So similarly, when in the beginning of the any new programs, you will not see any changes. It will be the same. Of course, I cannot change the syllabus of physics or zoology. It will be same. But the thing is, which part of zoology is better? Now people are talking about reproductive biology is very important because it has an important of IVF technologies. So people are studying there and they're getting jobs. So now NEP, the new education policy, focuses on such subjects, not the just subjects. So because now in the olden days we only study, now we want to know, we need a knowledge. Then education should give a knowledge, not to give jobs. Before it was only education to give. Any MA, MS in zoology is eligible. Now, not just MS in zoology is eligible. You should have a skill to get into the jobs. I'm not talking about the teacher's job. So therefore, when comparing with the old education system, the education system will never change. It will be the same. The thing is how you introduce the curriculum at different levels. What are the skills you are introduced in, and how the you see there's now communication skill is very important now. That was not taught in informed in the last or given in the last education systems. Those things are there, so you can take only certain things. It cannot be 100% new, 100% giving. Well, you can see that when I enter into the class, all students will never become innovators. Probably from the last 5 years, if I took a maybe 2 or 3 students, I made it, they could be a new innovators in there. So that's why the possibilities is only for the few, not for all. But we are giving opportunity to all. That's the thing in NEP.
And one more thing, like, so we were speaking about these multiple entry and exit methods.
Okay.
So we are giving a flexibility for course choices actually. So that is one of the NEP 2020s. But what do you think will be the difference between a continuous education and then multiple entry and exit? Whether that will
I will
impact
answer your
the
questions
education?
very well, sir. Sir,
Yes, sir.
people are worrying about multiple entry and exit. It does not make any impact, in my opinion, because most of the students who joined BA or BSc program, they never quit. They will completely complete the 3 years and go. This option is given because they misunderstood many people. The option is given such a way that any student, due to economic problem or health issue, they go out. When they're coming back, they're not allowed to join within 3 years. Then they will have a problem. No, they are given alone. And also this exit will be only even 0.6% also not there. You can look it in your colleges. So you need not to worry too much. Only they given a provision to multiple entry and exit. Say, for example, 1 year I'm not able to study. I do not have money to study. I'm coming from here to Delhi. There's some problem. I can drop and I can join somewhere else after 1 year. That is the possibility. Don't worry about exit. That percentage is less than 0.5%.
Great, sir. Sir, thank you for your thing. And one more thing, sir. What do you think this NEP 2020 will lead to an increase in the professional students with professional career, or more people with the skill development? Towards the skill development.
It is only skill development.
Okay. So professional will be very less, right, sir?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
If you have become all are engineers, then where you find a job?
But
all are doctors, where you find a job?
That's what that interesting thing is.
Sir, that's the important. Professional education is only a few, whereas skill is for many.
Yeah.
So for example, a student of physics who will take a carpenter, for example, if he is very good designing the chair, then he would be a big millionaire rather than doing physics MSc and become a teacher, right? So those skills I'm talking about. So, for example, a student of physics who studied e-commerce, then if he is employable in Flipkart or Amazon, that would be a great idea because of this idea in science. That way, the skill will be improved. Sir,
thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Sir, be positive. And
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
yeah.
to accept the change because every time we need a change.
Hello, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, actually, if a student is getting enrolled for a degree course, she must have to, or he must have to study for 4 years. In this case, there is an exit level is possible. So I'm asking, the probability of dropouts will be very high during that time, isn't it?
No, no, not at all. See, 3 years, there is an always exit in the 3rd year, the degree. Why do you worry about 4 years? Is one more thing is to all participants I'm telling. 4 years is not compulsory to all. So UGC has given us such a way that if the students are enrolled for 100 students, then only 80 students are enrolled for this honors program. The other will be going for 88 students will go for the normal degree exit. They can do ME or MSc, whatever they want to do this. So there is no dropout. The student who joined for a degree program, he did not continue until 4 years. There is when they put a rider button on this. The college should be A grade and the credit should be 7.8 and above. So those conditions are there. Like you, all graduate students cannot do post graduations. Therefore, they put a rider on this. So you need not, you can exit after 3 years. That 3 years is enough to enter into any administrative job, any degree. So no dropout at all. So that is a misconception that 4 years, 4 years is not compulsory. He can exit in 3rd year. And most of the students should exit in 3rd year. Not all the 4 years, the students will get into this. How can a MSc, all MSc students will get into research? Only few students are research entering. The same thing, only few students enter into the honors program.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I have a clarification.
Please.
Sir,
please.
you were explaining about the credits, number of credits. As of now, 140 credits for UG, and for 4 years program, it is 180. Suppose a candidate completes this 4 years program, is there any chance for the lateral entry of PG program, sir?
Oh, that is where the flexibility is there. There's a lateral entry always there.
Yes, sir.
There's always lateral entry there.
Yes, sir. They want to take up PG degree 2 years out of 2 years. Will they be admitted in the final year directly, sir? After completing this 4 years program?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
You can.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the explanation.
Okay.
Sir. Thank you.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Sir,
Yes.
this NEP is let me consider is the next level to OBE, sir, outcome-based education, or is there any difference or relation among these two, sir? OBE and NEP.
OBE?
Sir,
I don't
let me
know- I do
consider
not-
this NEP is the next level to OBE, sir. Outcome-based education.
No. It is a part of OBE. It is not next level to NEP. OBE, you cannot create a OBE in all subjects, right? OBE will be only specific subjects. So idea of NAP is to create as possible as much OBE programs, not the just program. So that's what I'm telling. So that means a student should learn more and more skills. And skills means he should not learn every semester one skill. He has to learn and become master in one skill.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir,
Thanks.
to add on to that, like only skill-based learnings, is there
Okay.
any way in collaborating with the actually skill-based running industries? Because sometimes we faculties or even universities won't be expertised for a certain subjects experiments
True.
which can fit into the industry level.
Of course.
Because, for example, if you take some small protein purification, the laboratory method will be totally different compared to the industry.
That's right, sir. That's right, sir.
method.
Sir, it should be. The industry involvement should be there. That's why I'm giving an example of chemical biology example, where students should go to work in industry. Those students should be get ready to observe in jobs in any industries. So if a student who studied in MSc in universities, he only knows about little about HPLC and he is having a marks. Now there is no marks required. Only what skills he has.
Exactly.
That's
Is the
why-
university will provide the help in getting him
Of
as
course.
an intern into the industry, or it is his headache to get as an intern into the
No,
industry?
no. University will certainly help them to whoever join for this 4-year programs. University should.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, it should be.
Sir, if there are no questions, I would like to propose the vote of thanks. I am indebted for the valuable information and insights on the challenges and opportunities of NP delivered by Professor N.K. Lokanath. I also thank all my fellow participants for their active participation and very good interaction. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ananda.